you know what's worse than player safety, though?
The Vancouver Canucks.
The Vancouver Canucks. Now,
Man.
I don't know if there is a team like the Leafs. There's a different kind of thing. As a Habs fan, I hate the Leafs, but like in a, in a certain type of way. The Canucks, though, I would be fine if the Canucks were never good again. So they were Montreal. There's been a bunch of, we talked about Demko going out. The situation of their cap is very much well known, but I think everything kind of capped off when they lost to Montreal a few days ago, 3-1. They lost a special teams type of game. And what really was really, really funny about this, Alex, was before the game against Montreal, did you see what Antoine Roussel said?
Yeah, I did, and I know you really want to bring it up, and yeah, like I get I can already imagine what you're gonna say, so I'm gonna let you say it and then give my. I guess I'm just kind of being devil's advocate at this point.
So I just want to quickly bring up the standings, but Alex, I don't know if you can tell.
Don't bring up the standings. Don't bring up the.
I love a good setup, right? I love casting in that. So the Vancouver Canucks have lost 3 straight games. In their last 10, they're 4-6. They're now below the Calgary Flames in the Pacific. They're 5th in the Pacific Division, 4 points behind the Flames with only a game in hand, Alex. They're only 2 games ahead of the Sharks. 2 points ahead of the Sharks, so I should say. By the way, the Yotes in that division have just gotten Taylor Hall. You may have heard. The Golden Knights are turning it on, and the Flames have a coach who isn't a dickhead anymore.
I noticed you skipped on one team there.
Who?
Did you not? Did you say the Oilers?
Edmonton don't count. They're garbage. So Antoine Roussel, who is actually from France, so he's fake French. I know France is actually fake.
He's what?
As somebody who wishes they were from Quebec, I'm saying that he's fake French. He's actually from France, which is really weird because I saw Roussel. I'm like, are you from Quebec, dude? By the way, sorry if you can hear my dogs yelling at. They're being dicks. So, if Alex. Me and you are fans of we're members of 2 of the most obnoxious fan bases in the league, right? In Toronto and Montreal. So
can't argue with that.
Whenever our two teams go across Canada for road trips, there's almost, if not more, of our fans than other fans at certain barns. And so this is from Antoine Roussel and not being a fan of how many Habs fans are in the city of Vancouver. Quote, there are too many red jerseys here, Roussel said according to TSN's Jeff Patterson. It pisses me off the way they feel like it's their home. It's our home. Get the hell out of here. End quote. Now, Alex, did you see how many Habs fans are actually at the game in Vancouver?
I didn't, but I heard something. I think it was on 31 Thoughts, saying there were quite a few.
I want you, after we're done this, to go watch the highlights from that game and see how many Habs fans there were.
It was a lot.
It was such a joke. The Habs Twitter account was making fun of it, and they even put, because now they're in Calgary for the next game. Brett Kulak's former team, Cale Fleury's from there, and they were saying, "We'd love to see it, guys. How about we do it again in Calgary?" So it's basically, by the way, Antoine Roussel in that game, offensive zone turnover leads to Montreal tying the game up. So I'm looking at the Canucks, right? And I'm like, you're falling down the standings. You don't have your first overall pick, despite having a potential 30-goal guy in Brock Besser, the best player in your franchise since Pavel Bure and Elias Pettersson, Quentin Hughes, who is, a fantastic young defenseman, who is what you want in today's NHL, and you are still just blowing it. And I have no sympathy at all for the Vancouver Canucks. I really don't.
Yeah, listen, I think at the end of the day, it was just trying to start something, especially for the fans, because, they're going through a tough time. Like, they're going through, personally, I think this team has a lot of potential. And I just don't think the fact that they have all these players making all this money who are probably no offense
Wait,
that
wait, wait.
are useless.
Alex, are you asking me to bring up cap friendly? Oh, sure, I'd love
I already
to.
have cap friendly up.
Can you read me some of those contracts, Alex?
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it. If they, I'm just saying. I get it. You don't like Vancouver. It's just they have this potential. They finally have these goalies. They have Quinn Hughes. They have Elias Pettersson. They have Brock Besser, and it's just like they can't get it together. And having those players be good and on a good team is always better for the league, no matter what team they're on. Listen, I don't like the Edmonton Oilers because 24/7, 365 days of the year, they continuously crap on the Leafs for absolutely no reason. But they have two of the best players in the game. You're telling me that hockey as a sport wouldn't be better if they were in the playoffs?
It's not true. The game grows when Connor McDavid gets put on the platform of the playoffs.
Right. And a team like this should succeed. They have Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar. We're talking about the next generation of Norris-winning defensemen.
In their rookie years.
And it's like, I don't know what's going on there, but we've done this before, but I'm sorry, the Jay Beagle, the Anton Roussel, the Brandon Sutter, and the Louis Eriksson deals just don't work.
No.
I don't know what was going on there. And when Elias Pettersson has to get paid, and when Quinn Hughes has to get paid, and Thatcher Demko has to get paid, man, you're in the sticky situation. Because you made those deals. And I saw a lot of people looking to have Jim Benning fired. And honestly, the thing is, Jim Benning's a scout.
Yes.
Jim Benning's a scout. And scouting is a part of being a general manager, but it's not the entire thing. That's why one of the reasons I said Mark Hunter should not be general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs is Mark Hunter is a scout. Sure, he's a general manager in the OHL, but half of that is scouting. The majority of that job is scouting. So he's a scout. If he gets fired, a team will pick him up like there's no tomorrow. You look at the first round picks, and they brought this up in the SDP, and I think it's a really important point. You look at just the first round picks, because I'd argue the first round picks are the most important picks a general manager makes.
It sets your franchise back 5 years if you miss on one.
Right. Elias Pettersson, Quinn Hughes, Olli Juolevi, Jake Virtanen. I might be missing one. But, okay, two are you could argue franchise players. Olli Juolevi, we still don't really know what's going on with him. He'll be an NHL player. It's just how good will he be? And Jake Virtanen, who's a guy. He's not a top. I don't know if he's a top six, but he's a guy.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt just quickly, and also Olli Juolevi's been plagued by injury, so that is one thing to think about that guy. But yeah.
That's where the problems start, is that on July 1st, you're not signing Antoine Roussel and Jay Beagle to 4-year deals at $3 million, because that's not what the team needs. You want to sign one of them, not a big deal. But 4 years, $3 million, way too much.